So my buddy Sean over at Retro Reminiscence recently did a video about 3 things in his collection that he's proud of and 3 things that he isn't proud of. I thought his video was great, as was the idea for the video. I have a decent collection, but I've never really shown it off. What's going on, guys? I'm RonMan, and today we're taking a look at 3 things in my collection that I'm really happy to have, and 3 things that I'm not really happy to have. Also, if you're new here and you like my content, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, as well as that bell notification so you stay up to date with RonMan Gaming. Okay, so first off, I'll show you the things that I'm happy to have in my collection. We're just gonna move over to my glass cabinet here and take a look at my Super Mario Bros. 3 McDonald's toys. I have the complete set. I have the paper box that your greaseball burger would have come in, all 5 toys, and even the placemat that would have sat on your tray. This paper placemat seems to be the hardest to find, so I'm really happy to have it. As far as I know, there are 4 variations of the box, but as you can see, I only have this one. The 4 main toys are Mario, Luigi, the Goomba, and the Koopa Paratroopa. These toys were common, but to get this Mario toy, you actually had to specifically ask for it. It was for children under the age of 3. I guess there's a lower chance of kids choking on it. I actually found my McDonald's Mario 3 set at a local flea market. I can't remember how much I paid, but I know it wasn't much. My good buddies Sean and Jay over at Retro Reminiscence and NES Addict respectively have both done videos on the McDonald's Mario 3 toys, so if you'd like more information, check out their channels. I'll leave the links to their videos down below. I'm sure it comes as no surprise, but my favorite video game console of all time is the Super Nintendo. My buddy Sean actually sent me this boxed Super Nintendo. This particular variation is actually a launch Super Nintendo. It's nearly complete. I'm just missing a few papers and some bags. I will eventually get my hands on the pieces I'm missing. I have another in-box Super Nintendo, but it's in much worse shape and not even close to complete. But either way, I love these and I'll never part with them. Alright, now let's walk all the way over to this shelf here. I use this shelf to place all my boxed video games. Honestly, I love having all these boxed games, except for maybe Rap Jam Volume 1. What a piece of shit. It's really no surprise that we didn't get Volume 2. Anyway, perhaps the boxed game I love the most is my complete in-box Chrono Trigger. I actually bought this about 10 years ago off my buddy Andrew. I paid $250 for it, but it was not complete. All it had was the white game insert, the game, and the book. I've since been able to track down the bag that the game goes in, the precautions manual, and both posters. I'd also like to take this time to shout out Bob from World of Nintendo for sending me the orange poster that I needed. Thanks again, Bob. I absolutely love RPGs, and the Super Nintendo had tons of them. Chrono Trigger might be the best RPG on the system, although there are many other fantastic RPGs, like Final Fantasy IV, 5, and 6, Illusion of Gaia, Terranigma, Secret of Mana, and, well, you get the point. So these are items in my collection that I absolutely love and will never part with. Now, let's talk about pieces in my collection that, yeah. So I have it hidden down here because I never play it, and that is my Game Gear along with all the games. I hate this thing. It's like Sega thought that color was the only thing that mattered, and that alone would have killed the Game Boy. Dumbasses. It's all about the games. Now, I understand that you may like the Game Gear, and if so, that's awesome. I'm really happy for you. But I just have no interest in this thing. Yeah, it's comfortable to hold, but the screen looks like crap, it takes 6 AA batteries, and there aren't any games I want to play. I have no idea why I bought this, and I'll never get into it. Sticking with the Sega theme, let's go over to this shelf where I have the Sega Genesis Ultimate Portable Game Player released by AT or AT Games. This thing is an absolute piece of crap. Look at how big the box is. You open it and see how little they utilized the space inside. Why does it have such a big box? Look at my Mario Game & Watch box. That's the size you'd expect. It's compact, holds everything it needs, and you can store it easily. But look at how much room this portable Genesis takes up. Anyway, that's not why this thing sucks. This thing emulates Genesis games so poorly. The game screen looks like shit, the gameplay is choppy, and a lot of the sound effects are just off. I was excited when I first got this because if you look at the back of the box, there are tons of awesome games. Jewel Master, Rystar, the Streets of Rage trilogy, and Shinobi 3. My plan was to leave this on my night table and play it before bed. Once I realized how shitty this thing is, I threw it back in the box and back on the shelf. I really should have just pitched it in the garbage. Also, this piece of shit is missing Sonic 3. Fuck this. The final thing in this video is Spider-Man for Atari. I really don't know why I bought this. I do have an Atari, but I'll be honest, I don't actually care for video games prior to the 3rd generation. I also don't care for superheroes, so why would I buy a Spider-Man game for a console that I don't play and don't collect for? I don't think I've ever even played this, so for all I know, this might not even work. I don't collect for Atari, I do have a handful of games, again, not sure why I have these, but I don't even have a good place to put this Spider-Man game. That's why it sits all the way up here, all alone. Sorry, Spidey. So that's it. Those are 3 things in my collection that I absolutely love, and 3 things that I don't. Honestly, I could have done like 20 things I love and 20 things I don't, but for the sake of time, I decided to keep it at 3. Maybe I'll do a part 2 one day. Why don't you tell me down in the comments what are some things in your collection that you love, and also some things in your collection that you don't love. Guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. I'm RonMan, and we'll catch you next time.